Good morning, folks. Well, it's the end of the fall season. As you can see, a lot of trees have already lost their leaves. The sun is shining through this fog this morning in between trees. It's rather a brilliant look. Kind of foggy. The trees are tall. It's really a nice morning. It's about 65, 70 degrees. Yeah, about 65. And of course our birds are gone to sleep, or gone to wherever they go. They probably sleep in here at night. When I started, a long time ago, as a young man, this beard was brown. Like the end of the year, it's turned gray. My life is getting older and older. It goes quicker than you think. And that's the way the season's gone. October just flew by. And it was a great October, but I had a lot of things to do. So, I had to take care of those bees, get them fed, check for mites, do all the normal things we usually have to do for beekeeping in the fall, feeding them and making sure that they're going to make it through the winter. This video is going to be more about what are we going to do this winter? What are we going to do when it's cold? I'll probably start a playlist about the science of beekeeping, or the science of honeybees, the science of a colony, the science of the hive. It's going to be a little different. We'll see how it goes. So the plan is to start a playlist about the science of bees, the science of honeybees, that is. I hope to get that up before long, probably start with the queen. That would be a pretty neat subject to start with. Now I'm going to take a look around and see what's left of the fall colors, and a little bit about what's going on in my head with my plans for winter. I hope this helps. You decide what you want to do. Is there something you'd like to know about the science of beekeeping? The science of bees? The science of honeybees? What about the drones? What about the worker bees? What about the queen? What about the beehive? What about the colony? There's a difference, you know. Each one of them has its own story. Well, this morning you can hear the dogs barking in the neighborhood. It started with Charlie this morning. He just took off and went to crazy. Yeah, he went real crazy. He just ran up the road chasing a deer, or who knows, maybe another dog in the neighborhood. Got them all riled up, and that's the way my day started. But I'm out here in the sunshine, enjoying it, getting ready to do a little more filming and thinking about what's going to happen this winter. We'll see. There is one thing that will happen here in the winter time. Basically, all the hives will be quiet. They'll be clustered up inside, all those bees keeping warm in one big cluster. The electric fence will be off because the bears will be sleeping. Save a little electricity. Yeah, it costs me about $20 a year for electricity, I suppose, for the electric fence. That's not too much. But we do turn it off whenever it's cold, freezing weather. Then the bears kind of sleep here. They do wake up on a sunny morning when it's 60 degrees. They could come about, but I have my doubts. We'll see. I see this morning there are a few bees buzzing around. They're just getting going. It's just getting warm enough for them to get out and take a look around. And later this afternoon I expect to see some orientation flights going on. That's been happening now and then. They're not very big, just a few bees out trying to find their way in this new world for them. But before long, they'll all be winter bees. And they'll stay in the hive pretty much when it's cold. I'll be taking these feeders off in another couple, maybe a week or so. I think the temperature's going to be warm enough that they can still get some syrup out and still not have to worry about clustering up too tight. But next week, I suspect we'll get down into some 30-degree weather, and then they'll probably not be taking any more sugar. So I'll take them off and maybe put some dry sugar on top. We'll see. Not sure exactly how I'm going to handle it. I may make some double deeps with screen boards to keep them warm a little bit. This year is going to be a little bit of an experiment. A little different. That's 2024, that is. It's going to be a little different than what it's been in the past. I don't want to lose many bees. I don't want to lose any bees. But being a beekeeper, I know it happens. And it's seriously happened to me before. So this year I'm going to try to make it work better. I really don't know what that dog's talking about. He's been barking now for half an hour or so. Maybe there's just a little bit of lonesome left there. Or maybe there's a deer somewhere in the neighborhood. Or maybe they just want to talk. I just thought I'd show you as I move around here the changes that are going on here near the bee yard. The trees have about lost their leaves. They've changed color. There's still a little color here. I'm located near the Georgia line in North Carolina and not far from South Carolina where they come together. So South Carolina will have colors for much longer than we do here. Even down into say Thanksgiving time, you'll still be able to find a lot of color down in South Carolina and maybe further south in Georgia. But for now, for this year at least, we're about done here. There'll be a few trees around right up to Thanksgiving, some really pretty trees. But it is near the end of the year and we're saying goodbye to a lot of the leaves. So hello, holiday season. We're well into it. And Happy New Year when that comes along. So yes, it's the end of the season. Time to think about what you're going to do this winter. What are you going to do to prepare your bees for the next year? That's the things I've been thinking about. How am I going to get them through? All this is really important if we want honey next year, or if we want to raise bees, or whatever we want to do. It's a good thing to plan. One of my chores this winter, and even this fall, is to take care of these beehives. I've just repainted some of them. This one here has a lot of frames in it that the bees failed to fill up. So I'm letting them clean these up so I can put them away for winter. I'll put them up on my front porch. It's screened to keep the bees out. It'll get cold. It'll be freezing next week. So that'll take care of them for the winter time. I'll stack them where they can get light, kind of crisscross them, and they should be good. So what are you going to do this winter? How are you going to take care of your bees? What questions do you want to have answered? Let me know in the comments, please. Well, it's been fun photographing this morning. It's really nice weather. I've enjoyed it very much. Looking at the few colors that are left, they're really still beautiful. Even the bare trees, they're good looking. It's starting to look like winter. It's not here. It's been another month and a half. But it will be cold. I use more firewood actually in November and December than I do after that when the new year begins. It's really kind of strange. Even though we don't seem to get the coldest weather, we get more of it in November and December for some reason here in the North Carolina Blue Ridge Mountains.